In this video, I want to cover the inevitable death and destruction of Europe. In other words, Europe is finished. The white man has come to an inevitable end. And the reason that Europe is finished is not only because of the forces of Islam, this terrorist religion, but because white liberals have championed feminism, the LGBT, both groups who have never attacked Islam for their stance on women or their stance against homosexuality, but rather to challenge the church and her moral teachings. When you remove a base, a foundation from a house, it crumbles. The house cannot stand when you remove the ingredients, when you remove the base, the cement, the bricks. It doesn't stand. It's these things that build the house and remain its structures. It was faith that built the foundation of Europe, of Britain, and of America. But as, like France, we move towards secularism, science, and atheism, it has created a vacuum in the lives of so many people who have lost faith in capitalism, and thus, like a pack of hound dogs, Islam sees potential fish, and they use the right rod to catch these fish, these searching fish. This is what's happening in Europe. Many people are converting to this terrorist religion, Islam. What will contribute to the death and destruction of Europe is this terminology that is being thrown around: Islamophobia. There is no such clinical term as in Islamophobia. When Muhammad went round murdering, killing, pedophiling, looting, is that Islamophobia? When you see Muslims who want to kill you, terrorize you by any means necessary, what's interesting is that white liberals want you to smile. If you don't believe me, look at the Manchester bombing, where all Kate Hopkins said was these simple words: we need a solution. That's all she said. We need a solution. And for that, she lost her job on LDC radio, just because she said these simple, non-threatening words: we need a solution. This woman is usually gobbing. There's ice cream by the background, sorry. This woman is usually loudmouth. But it's interesting, when it came to Muslims, she was like a lamb. Oh, we need a solution, and that was it. But it was enough for her to lose her job. In other words, when Muslims do bombing, when Muslims do terrorism in the West, if you dare speak out, no matter how gentle, no matter how loving, you can lose your job, your mortgage, the school where your children go to, your car and loan, just because you want to express concern about terrorism in your country. Islamophobia is not a medical condition, but the white liberals has pushed this political correctness that will be the design and destruction of civilized Europe. Political correctness is the devil's language, a satanic design in which to push immorality, filth, and most of all, it will create a gap for Muslims to propagate their evil religion. If the truth be known, we need another crusade. We need the likes of Britain first, who are bold and strong in their condemnation and warning that Islam will take over the world. If I tell you this, I know you're not going to believe me. I will tell you anyway. Your government is trying to kill you. Your government is setting you up. Your government could deal with Islamic terrorism, with Muslims, but they don't want to. They rather buy cheap oil and put their citizens' lives in danger. Your question should be, what can we do about it? What can we do about what inevitably will take place? The spread of Islam. There's already 50 million Muslims breeding like rabbits in Europe. They will take over. Political correctness, as I said, is a satanic language, is a crafty design in which to break down the family structure, break down European civilization, if you like, to attack the church. And the system is backing the likes of the LGBT agenda and Islam. Unfortunately, our eyes are closed, so we can't see the damage that is being done. But Europe is finished. I put my neck on the line. One day, you will wake up. One day, I promise you, your children's children will take on Muslim names. Your children's children will wake up, not to the sound of the church bell ringing, but the Muslim cry to prayer. You see Muslims defiantly bowing down on the trains, bowing down on New York, bowing down in London, using pavements. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They're grooming this cultural situation, so you get used to it. I tell you something. If there was a crusade, I would join it to put a resistance to the spreading of this terrorist Mohammedan religion. Please don't let the white liberals brainwash you. They are setting you up for a total annihilation. This is my severe warning. This is my plea. If you think that Islam is not dangerous or powerful, the head of the BBC is a Muslim. The mayor of London is a Muslim. They're creeping into hierarchies, good positions. That's their way of doing dawah. That's their way of milking into the system. And when they're in power, woe betide. What are we going to do about it? All the Muslims that are coming over, claiming they're refugees, leaving their women and children behind. If aliens came out of space and started attacking Britain, and my family, brothers, sisters, those who I love, was fighting for their lives, you think I'm going to be a coward and flee? No. I'm protecting my parents, my sisters, my brothers, my friends. I'll stay back and fight these aliens. It's interesting how all these young Muslims happen to be fleeing. I couldn't see one woman, not one child, all Muslim men. Not one of them stayed behind to fight. And these Muslim men, you will see them in the mosque the next day. They'll find a mosque. You don't know who you're allowing into your country.